And we're still going. So at the moment we're in time stretch. I had to take a break. I had something else I had to quickly go and take care of for the past few hours. So right now we are finishing clearing up time stretch. We've finished clearing up time stretch and we're building the controllers. So we're adding all the dials and sliders and stuff to it. And if we have a look here, so down the bottom we have what we're actually wanting to create. So we are wanting the slider, the clear, the dial and the toggle, and we've got our audio in here. And then we're also going to see if we can add this waveform to the bottom of it, just so we can visualize the buffer that we are making. And now that I've thought about it, I think we're actually going to need to dynamically name each buffer, because if we have multiple, they'll both reset time stretch. Same problem we had with the freeze master when we were building it. So really interesting idea. I'll come back to that one, but let's finish building it in JavaScript for now. So if we bring this up there, and we'll bring out a version of the Max console so we can see all the errors we make. We are making the time stretch. So we've just I've still got my Word document here, or my notepad. I'm not fancy enough for Word. Time stretch. And then we just set up this dial, so this spawns. All the basics is actually enough for us. We just needed to enable float. It's probably in an okay place. Next we want to add, let's take this over where we can see it. So I'm actually pushing delete and this is scrolling up. So yeah, wow, it's one of those days. Okay, next thing we're going to add is the clear button. So this is going to be a message. And let's set it at -75. Save that. I'm going to add that to clear message. Okay, clear message is in the wrong place, so we want to keep that at the same level, but move it the next along. There we go, brilliant. And the last thing we need is a volume slider. So we're going to get rid of all of this junk. And bring this back in. And then we're going to say this is volume slider. Oh, this is a nice, clean and easy one, isn't it? We only need 4 items. I'm going to save it. Rebuild it. Okay, let's move it a little further along. 160. Yeah, I think that'll do nicely. Okay, then we'll move on to the connect. So we've got dispatcher.connect location 1 to location. That should connect up the toggle. This should mostly be set up ready if looking at the code. Oh, we don't want that one. So this patcher. Let's have a look. So we're going to connect object 3. No, we're not. we're going to connect object. Oh, and we missed out the dial. That's what the issue is here. I knew 3 was too good to be true. Dial. So we want to connect the dial to inlet 2, and then we want to connect the clear message to object 3, and then we want to connect the volume slider to number 4. We save that. We load it, and there we go. We are good. No, we're not. Everything needs to go 1 along, so that is 4, and that is 5, and we leave 5 blank, or we need to leave 4 blank because that is the pitch controller, but we're not actually going to use that. Delete it so you can see it. There we go. That looks nice. So all we need to do now is send some messages. So what do we need to do? We need to send, looking at this, we need to send the dial the message of 75.59. So let's do that. Let's do, that is, the dial is in 2. And we send it 75.59. Save. There we go, we can see that it's being set to what is the equivalent of 1. That's brilliant. So, same as how that would look. Next thing we need to do is send, oh, we forgot to create an object. Eval. Let's just copy all of that. This is actually going to be the most complicated thing to add on this bloody waveform. .170 by 55. So let's do new object, I think is the code. Let's look at the reference for this, because we don't want to create the default waveform here. We need to set its size. The patcher object, count, parent, new object, item, and then the parameters for it. So we want to do waveform, it is waveform tilde, position X, position Y, 160, 55. Save that. That is incorrect, you may notice. Open, comma. Oh. Doesn't understand waveform. Well, that's not fun. Let's test their code to see if it's me or the program. Okay, so it does work. Is it because this maybe isn't called waveform? It's probably super simple. Can we create a new default? Yes, we can create a default. Waveform position X, position Y plus 50. What parameters does it need? So it's right, so it's position X, position Y, size, width, but it just doesn't understand waveform. It's very frustrating. Patcher doesn't understand waveform. Maybe we just do it the other way and set its size afterwards. Right, okay, that's what we want to do. My object rect. It's the last one that we made, so it's 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It is the 6th. Volume slider, this is the wave form, so it's actually in slot 5. Definitely made a waveform somewhere. Has it? Right, what do I have? So I've got the actual patcher, and then I've got a toggle, the dial, the message, toggle, dial, message, volume slider, and then the waveform. So it is in the 5th slot. Oh, it wasn't itty bitty waveform. So it is making it. Right, okay. Let's just forget about the waveform for now. That can be a tidy up thing. Is that's really done? Yeah, all I need to do is set the so the message is in 3, message clear. Brilliant. Okay. that is us done. Why does sometimes it not work? Because what should be happening is it should still, the code hasn't changed to link the audio. It's there, it's there, it's there. It's not there the second time around. Oh, it's probably because we're not clearing the patcher correctly. We need to go up here. Connect to outlet. Oh, that's it, that's why. So one of the other things that should happen here is, so in connect to out, let's just get rid of that, work out where the first effect should go. So if selector 0 is 1 or 0, then this patcher connect. Right, okay, so that's not the case. So we need something to check that the first one, where the audio connects to. So we need to check this basically. So this patch.connect needs to be summarized. Needs to be summarized. Or needs to be conditional. So that basically it when it comes in here it says, okay, well it's a time stretch, so we're going to connect that to the end. So basically we'd have audio coming in here and going down to the delay. So inlet object type 1. Yeah, so this part basically conditionally disconnects it. So if object 1 is equal to 0, 1, then disconnect the second. Else if is equal to 2 or 3, then do something, post do something. Let's just check that. So selector 0 should technically be equal to 2 here. That's obviously not the case. It might be something to do with so it's, I think it's because I've got ints actually. So it's a number. selector 0 is equal to so what is it just posted? It has just posted that selector 0 is a number. I don't think this is working correctly in here. Let's delete that. Right, okay, this needs to go. So the reason I am not saying much is because I'm trying to work out how this should work. So the conditional thing is okay. No idea why it broke in the past. See, it should not now be sending the 1 or 2 message because it's actually equal to, no, selector 1 is, selector 1 is currently 0, it's currently 1, it's currently 3. Oh, I think I've just been referencing that if statement wrong. So if it's equal to 1 or 0, it post can connect to source or can connect to next. Right, okay, so let's just do pass through a buffer. Else if selector 1 is equal to 2 or equal to 3 buffer. And we don't need anything else. Pass through. Buffer. Pass through. Buffer. So I think I need to start at the reverse here and create the 4th first, because that way I can work backwards and know whether it can or can't, because this one's always going to have to connect to the here. So let's do that. Let's do so 4. Oh no, 3. So so it is printing buffer. So what do we do here? This dot hatcher dot connect. Right, so regardless of what happens, I'm going to connect number 4 to the master in and out, master left and right. What's my thing called? It's called object types. Because we've made them all to the same naming convention, we know this will work. So whatever happens, we connect that to the master audio. 1 to master right. Okay, brilliant. So that's the last thing that happens. Okay, so if it is equal to 1 or 0, then it is a pass-through. So it connects to the object before it. So that means that we do this.patcher.connect. So this patcher connect. So we want to connect the inlet of the one we create. So we do object. No, so we do object type to 0 to object type 3 1. Has obviously broken something. Oh, it's no function list. No, that might be slightly incorrect. I think I accidentally deleted an object, that's why it's all gone skew with. If it's a buffer, we want to connect it straight to the inlet. Oh no, because if it's here, we still want to connect it to the one before. Is there ever a situation we wouldn't connect this to the one before it? I don't think so. No, there wouldn't be. So let's just put the exact same thing back in. And then we do 2. So we say selector 2 if you are object type 1 to object type 2. outputs audio. Oh, what has it become? I'm just trying to think through the usability here, because there probably is an argument for if you're time stretching all your audio. Right, well, it doesn't matter what happens here, because selector 1 has to be so it's because number 3 is a time stretch. What we'd also want to happen is, so we connect that one to that one, but then we also do this dot patcher dot connect. So because number 2 and 3 here are buffer based ones, we need to connect them to the main outlets. So that's what I'm doing here. So because number 2, or 3 in this case, is a buffer, we need to tell number 2 to connect to the outlet and pass through. So that'll be 1, 1, 1, 0 to master, and then we need to do that for all of them. So if it is a buffer based object, we just tell it to connect the one before it to the master audio as well, and it should work. Selector 0 doesn't matter because that is always the first one in the chain, so it has to be connected either way. This, it might work, it might not work. We live and wait. So now this one is connected to the outlet because this is a buffer, and this one is connected to the outlet because this one is a buffer. And that's purely because when it goes into a buffer, it means that the audio output will stop every other time it's possible for the audio playback to continue. So an example would be if we start playing, we can turn on this delay, and then we can actually record some into that buffer, stop it. So now we have this loop coming back in. And we record that into the next buffer. and then we can finally put that into a final delay, or we can use just the delay to our frequency shift if we want. So it doesn't sound great, but you get the idea. There is actually, I think I have another patch open that's playing audio still, because that shouldn't be making that much noise. It could be something to do with that. That should now be playing 0 audio. I think I've left a DAC inside one of these. Probably going to be in here. Yeah, there you go. So that will be causing all sorts of problems to the audio. So that kind of invalidates that whole test, unfortunately, because now we don't know what we were and weren't meant to be hearing, which is a bit sad. So let's hook everything up again. I made the boo-boo of deleting them rather than clearing them. Oh, and we've removed the clear all, haven't we? Right, okay, let's try this now. That should work. So now I have the original loop coming up this frequency shift, and a second stem of audio coming from this time stretch that's stored in a buffer. And then I can put that into another frequency shift. The only problem is at the moment, because we need to put something in that clears. Oh, we have the clear button, I guess, but the buffer will continue playing until we push stop. But apart from that, we're really getting somewhere now. The only thing we still need to do is add the time freeze component, which is hidden over here, and then we will have our base AES completed.